How many syllables is this? 3. We have 1 here, right? 2 here, 3. So the stress falls on what? So if you are checking the dictionary, how do you know? What is the sign that you are going to use to know? I showed you. You will find something like this. So now, in this particular word, one syllable receives what? Receives what? Emphasis more than others. She is beautiful. Not she is beautiful or she is beautiful. So you say she is beautiful. All right. What is then a syllable? What is a syllable? What is a syllable? Right. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation. Pronunciation. What's the stress here? What's the stress here? All right, let's proceed. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation that has one vowel sound. That has one vowel sound. Take note. It's not the longer or the more alphabet a word has, the more its syllable. That's not how we are counting. Because a particular word can have like 4 letters of the alphabet and it has 2 to 3 syllables, and a word has up to 7 letters and then has no syllable at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? Give me an example of a word that has up to 6, 7 letters of the alphabet, but it doesn't have a syllable. Eh? Friend. Yeah, beautiful friend. This is 1 syllable. Are you going to doubt? Israel. The same thing. But then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look for another one. Let's say crash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Scream. Yeah, the same thing. But then, if you use a word like 4-letter word, lady. How many syllables? So, it's not the more words, the more alphabet a word has, the more syllable it has. No. So, if I ask now, what is a syllable? You can identify. Each syllable has what? Vowel. And how many vowel sounds do we have? We have not yet come to that. I told you how many vowel sounds do we have? That's the epic vowel sound. That's the epic. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. You understand? We have, you move from here, you were told that we have 12, right? You move from 12, we have 24. Made up of what? Made up of what? Monophthong and what? Diphthong. So if you check view, you will see a vowel, right? And what's the vowel? If you check T, you will see a vowel, right? If you check full, you will see a vowel, right? If you check this, you will see a vowel, right? If you check this, you will see a vowel. What's the vowel in DY? I dropped the word online. A lot of you tried. That was good. I was just laughing because people were able to pronounce the features of a stressed syllables, or how you recognize a stressed syllable. Produces a longer vowel Number one. Number two, what else can you say? The pitch of the syllable is what? Raised, right? The pitch, pitch. That particular syllable is louder than others. Now, for example, we want to use this name. If now look up, people. If my stress is here, that means this one will be louder than this one. But if my stress is here, it means this one will be louder than this one. For example, I'm going to make my stress here. So it's going to be louder. Nancy. But I want to make this one my stress. Nancy. You understand? And then the syllable with the stress is always clear, pronounced clear. All right, I believe I've introduced word stress very easily. So you now understand what stress is, you understand what a syllable is, and you can segment a particular word into syllables. Let's write rules of word stress. 8 rules of word stress. Number 1, noun and adjective with 2 syllables. Noun and adjective with 2 syllables. So when a noun or an adjective has 2 syllables, the stress is on the first syllable. When a noun or an adjective has 2 syllables, the stress is on the first syllable. Scissors. Pretty. She's pretty. Clever. Ugly. And the rest of it, right? Rule 2. Rule 2, number 2. When a verb or a preposition, yeah. So now, under this rule, what is the stress here? Under still the rule, what's the stress here? What's the syllable? Now, someone should give me a sentence using between. Let between be found in the sentence. Give me a sentence using between. Or between should be found in the sentence. Okay, let's continue. These are things that will help broaden your mind and make you to go and read. Rule 3. Some words in English can be both a noun and a verb. Example. Someone should give me an example. Can be both a noun and a verb. Okay? Comma. In this case, I'm very slow, right? I'm so sorry, I'm going to be fast. Some words in English can be both a noun and a verb. An example of it is what? Okay, in this case, the noun is stressed where? The noun is stressed where? No. Like, let's talk as a noun generally. The noun is stressed where? Eh? No, don't give me an example. Just generally. On the first syllable. Write that. The noun is stressed on the first syllable, and the verb is stressed where? Beautiful. Pronounce this word. What do you mean? You just said two things now. Pronounce it again. What do you mean? Oh God, have mercy on you. Which one is a noun and which one is a verb? What do you say? Mm-hmm. Okay. Words that end, words that have three syllables and end in er or ly should be stressed on the first syllable. Example: manager. Should be stressed on the first syllable. Example: manager or Dali. The next one, this is number 5, right? Yes. Words ending in IC, in quotes, IC, SION, still in quotes, and TION. Shit, I was too good to the today. I'm tired. When words end in this, the stress is on the second to last syllable. Second to last syllable. The stress is on second to last syllable. Full stop. You count syllables backward and put the stress on the second. You count syllables backward and put the stress on the second from the end. Someone should give me an example of these words. Words that end in this. What do you say? Melancholy or leak? So from the rule, what's the stress here? From the rule, what's the stress here? If you are to pronounce this, what's the correct pronunciation? And then creation. What's the next one? Words ending in C, TY. And AL. When words end in any of the above, the stress is often on the third to last syllable. The stress is often on the third to last syllable. Remember, you are counting from the end. Let's give example. Nancy, give me one example of words that end in any of this. Geography. You saying something? Physiology. Formation. Okay? So for magical, what is the stress? So let's pronounce it. One go. No, no, no. Pronounce the word, but stress it very well. And then this one. What do you say? Is it democracy or demo? Wait, hold on. Is it democracy or democracy? So where is the syllable? Where is the stress? Following the rule written on your note, what is the stress? No, no, no. You are counting from the end, not from the beginning. Words ending in you can't. I've been saying from the end. So now, from your rule, what is the correct stress here? So pronounce the word. Democracy. Okay, this one, this one. This one. Okay, it's law, right? And this commercial, what is it? Stress here. Hmm? Commercial. Why is it wrong? Why is it not in line here? Because the word is not, though the word ends in al, it's not pronounced. This word ends in shall. In fact, use it like this, ial. We have another rule that talks about this or this and this, but we were not going to do that one today. We're not going to do that one today. That one is for next week. You say, yeah, maybe we will do it today. This one, pharmacy. Pharmacy. So where are we stressing? This one. Why is it different from here? Community. So the same thing with commodity, psychology, and the rest. Photography. How many of you wants to go and learn photography after your JAMB? Photography. Okay, the next one, compound noun. Compound. Yes, the next rule, compound noun. The word stress on a compound noun is on the first noun. Example, football, stress foot. Keyboard, stress key. Key holder, stress key. Shoe pad, stress shoe. Padlock, stress pad. The next rule, compound adjective and verb. In most compound adjective and compound verb, the stress is on the second word. Example, old fashioned. How many of you know that this is two words? So where do you stress? Those are the primary basic rules. I want you to go and read those rules. I'll still come back and give you another 9 rules again next week that might confuse with this one, might confuse you a little. I think we should go deeply into it now. But then it might really confuse you. So you are going to go read on these 8 fundamental rules. These are the fundamental rules, the ones that we have just discussed. We will look at phrasal verbs and then relative pronouns. For example, themselves. Where do you stress? So pronounce it correctly. So for example, in proper noun, Mr. Smith, where do you stress? Break down. Where do you stress? Remember, I've given you 2 rules now. I've given you compound noun, right? An adjective, right? And then I've given you compound verb. Something like that. Check. You might also come across words that end in able, something like this, right? I think we have it. And look for it. Answer your past question from beginning to the end. Look for it. So we will treat all of this: AET, IAL, TIVE, TIC, IDLE. Okay? W or W or W, which is the correct pronunciation. But tell God here today that you used to pronounce that thing as W. Am I lying? W. Where is this thing? Okay, you're with it. I'll need it. W. I used to pronounce it like that when I was a baby. Next week, we will complete everything on word stress. And then we would go into what? Part of speech. Part of speech. So I will introduce, I would have completed word stress today, but today was test and word stress. So I want to end word stress next week and introduce another one. So we will end word stress next week and enter part of speech. Please and please read your books.